Welcome back to the Anxious for Nothing podcast. I'm Cece, and I feel like today's episode is the one where things get real. We talked about moving forward in this season. We've talked about clarity, we've talked about staying grounded, we've talked about consistency, and in the last episode last week, we talked about becoming the person that your future needs. And so now the question is, what does it actually look like to be her or him, if you're a guy, in real life? And not in your head, not in your vision, but in your everyday decisions. Because it's one thing, guys, to say, I'm becoming a better version of myself, and it's another thing to wake up and act like it. And so let's talk about the gap between knowing and doing. Let's be honest for a second. Most of us already know that we should be doing, or like what we should be doing. We know the habits, we know the mindset, we know the choices that would move our life forward. That's not the problem. The gap is in the follow through. And it's in those small moments, guys, where we have a choice and you either step into your next level or you fall back into whatever's familiar. That's the real work. And I can say for myself, like a lot of times I am delegating a lot internally. And then when I take the moment to just like act and like just do what I know to be done, it's like a release. So let's talk about self-respect over self-pressure though. And I want to say this clearly. This is not about being hard on yourself. It's not about pressure. It's about self-respect. Because when you respect yourself, your decisions start to reflect that. You don't keep entertaining things that drain you. You don't keep avoiding what you know matters. You don't keep putting yourself last. Not perfectly, but more intentionally. Self-respect sounds like I said I was going to do this, so I'm going to do it, even if it's small. And so let's talk about how your habits are your identity in action. Here's something that really clicked for me. Your habits are not random, they're a reflection of who you believe that you are, actually. And if you see yourself as someone who follows through, you follow through. If you see yourself as someone who is still trying, your actions reflect that. So when you shift your identity, guys, your habits will start to shift too. And not overnight, but consistently. Okay? Showing up when it's inconvenient. Let's talk about the part nobody really posts about. Showing up when it's inconvenient, okay? I literally can hear like my neighbors on the outside of my door right now, like parenting her son, and you can just hear him probably, crying. And I hope you guys didn't hear that. But if you did, that's real life, okay? I'm showing up even when it's inconvenient right now. And so when your routine is off, when your environment isn't ideal, when you're, say, a little tired, or when life feels lifey, like life is lifing, that's where your next level is built. It's not when everything is lined up perfectly, but when you decide, I'm still showing up, even if it looks different, even if it's not perfect, even if it's just doing what you can that day, that still counts. Guys, I was supposed to upload this yesterday, and last week I was on time on Monday. The week before that, I uploaded my podcast episode on Wednesday. It's Tuesday. That's okay. I'm still showing up. That still counts, right? And so we have to get into the habit of closing the gap daily. Becoming your next level self isn't one big decision, guys. It is literally daily. It's a daily decision. And it's in the small moments, the way you speak to yourself and the way you spend your time, the way you handle situations. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you close the gap. And over time, that version of you becomes natural. Like, say, you need to maybe spend more time outside. Go take a walk. But those small moments, I promise you, it builds up. You need to spend more time with your kid. Go just do something with them, you know? And it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be major. Because what did I say? Becoming your next level self isn't one big decision, it is daily. So that's how you close the gap daily, slowly, little by little. And just know that, guys, you do not need to wait to be her or to be him. I know that's like a big thing you see on social media where it's like people are, I'm him or I'm her or whatever. And it's basically, saying that, hey, this is the full package. And so this is the part I really want you to take with you. You don't need to wait to become her. You don't need to wait to become him. You can start acting like her or him now with what you have, where you are. Hi, Skull. What's up? Thank you for joining. In the middle of your real life, not when everything is perfect, not when everything is figured out, but now. Because the more you act like her, the more you act like him, the more that you become her or him. And so in closing, if you take anything from today, guys, let it be this. You don't become a new version of yourself by waiting. You become her, you become him by showing up consistently in your decisions, in your habits. Hi, Brian. Hi, Aki. And so it's in how you carry yourself throughout your day, guys. That's how transformation actually happens. Okay? So thank you guys for being here with me today. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who's stepping into a new version of themselves too. Take a breath. Everything is working out for you, my friends. Okay? Check in with yourself and just ask yourself, am I acting like the person that I'm becoming? And if not, just adjust. You got this. And you guys, I'll talk to you all in the next episode. Thank you guys for being here. Take care.